This is the one. Okay, that works. All right, everyone, welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. And once again, my name is Jesse Rojas, and Young Latino Leadership Summit. This is incredible to see how many of you have attended today. We have some great speakers, and hundreds of you have come a long ways. I know a lot of, raise your hand, how many of you are from California? Oh, nice. Anybody from Central California, all the way from Bakersfield to Fresno and further? Okay, there's some, not bad. Glad you guys made it out. Make sure you are not shy at this conference. The best thing that you can get out of this is to network with other individuals, like Charlie mentioned earlier. You know, go say hi to everyone and learn from everyone. Get some pictures, exchange information, and learn to grow with others who are like-minded individuals. I'm the founder and CEO of the Red Group, based in Bakersfield, California, Kern County. I like to call it the capital of oil and agriculture in California. I started the Red Group in 2015. We provide business and political consulting services in different areas, specifically agriculture. That's where I grew up. You know, let me tell you a little bit about myself first. There we go. I believe I'm not your typical Mexican immigrant. I came to this country on Independence Day in 2004, and if anyone understands how broken our immigration system it is, that's me. We've battled and paid thousands of dollars in legal costs because we truly wanted to be part of the American dream, the real American dream, the one where you can work hard and build something for yourself and for your children and your grandchildren. I am actually proud to share with all of you today that after many years in this country and doing it the right way, I am now closing in and obtaining my citizenship. Thank you. And actually, now that the government has reopened, it should be sooner than later. Let me talk to you a little bit about my entrepreneurship journey and how it began. Let me take you back to how my passion for this country began. It started with the love for free markets and capitalism. The ability to have an idea and work hard to build something from scratch that can truly be yours is amazing, but it's sometimes taken for granted. For example, in Mexico, as in most of the world, unless you come from a wealthy family, a well-connected family, it is nearly impossible to be successful, but not in the United States of America. For me, here in the United States, I dropped out of high school in my junior year because I was very disappointed with our public school system, as I'm sure many of you have felt the same way. Our public high school, our public college, and universities. This is when I chose to become an entrepreneur at the age of 15, and I started my first IT business in Delano, California. This is also the time I learned that there's only so much that you can get far in life on your own. You need a hand, not a handout. You all need to find mentors and role models, and when I mean role models, I don't mean celebrities. I was fortunate enough to have had several mentors throughout my life, both in business and politics. They taught me a lot, and it was the good mentors. All this experience and mentorship trained me to be effective with communications and help companies navigate through the constant attacks of unions and special interest groups and the big government in California. And yes, let me say it, big government sucks. Let me share with you briefly what I consider to be one of the most significant campaigns that I've been a part of. The biggest labor dispute in the history of California's agricultural history happened in Fresno, California. The biggest tree fruit grower in the nation by the name of Gowan Farms employs over 3,000 farm workers in the Central Valley. These are the highest paid workers in the agricultural industry. In fact, some of them in the season, they earn more than a school teacher. They have the best working conditions in the industry, and they even pay for some of their children to go to private Catholic school. These are smart and happy workers. There's a corrupt union in California called the United Farm Workers Union, the Cesar Chavez Union, which you might know by the parks and the streets, and the California Agricultural Labor Relations Board. It's a state agency paid for by the taxpayers. These two, the union and the state agency, they try to force these farm workers into the union without letting them choose or vote. This is when Pick Justice was born. We represent the voice of over 99% of California's farm workers who are fighting against corrupt unions and government that are trying to take away their freedom to choose. Thankfully, Arizona is right to work. The California ALRB agency, they spent over 15 million taxpayer dollars trying to revive this dying UFW union and forcing these employees into a union contract that would have actually lowered their take-home pay. You would figure a union contract should earn more wages, but in this case, it would have lowered their take-home pay. But after 5 years of fighting and demonstrating, not against their employer, but against the union and the government of California, they finally had their votes counted and they kicked out the UFW from their company. Can we share briefly this quick video that I have up here? I think you have to click on it. That's a brief video that summarizes what happened to these workers, but they finally had justice. Why? Because of social media. Social media has truly allowed us to share our voice and actually get hundreds of thousands of eyeballs to our issue. Briefly, Caution Fraud Ahead consisted of a truck that we were following Gavin Newsom in his blue bus tour all over California. You know, as you know, he was running, he won. He is the current governor of California, unfortunately. But we followed him through many cities, over 3,000 miles, and we basically had a small truck following the big blue bus where it said, "Caution Fraud Ahead," more homelessness, more loss of jobs, etc. And we followed him from LA to San Diego to Palm Springs to San Francisco. Over 3,000 miles, but thanks to social media, it went viral. It raised over $12,000 in just a few hours from social media. Every time we did a Facebook Live video, we got hundreds of dollars from people all over the country, and it was very inspiring. It was a great awareness campaign right before the general election in California. And let me tell you, if you thought we missed Jerry Brown, we are really going to miss Jerry Brown now with Gavin Newsom in office in California. And this is just a 20-second video of one of our online fans that was following from on top of the bridge, our truck following the bus. If we can play that real quick. So, thanks. They did call us the epic trolls of the year on Instagram, which was great, I think. I don't mind that. Lastly, I'd like to talk about a conservative Spanish radio show that we started in 2015 to truly bring a conservative message to Hispanics in California other than Univision and CNN en Español. It's called Mi America en la Radio. They call us the Mexican Rush Limbaugh and Hijos de Trump, so Trump's children, that's what they call us. It is a very controversial and fun radio show that has been very successful in ratings, and we have non-stop callers, even those that don't like us. It's every Saturday live from 10 to 11 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, California time. We're on AM, FM, and you could also stream online. And we're working very hard to try to get us syndicated in other stations as well. On the left right there, it's Jimmy. He's a combat Vietnam War veteran who always comes to our show. Then it is Beto in the middle, and then Memo, which is me. That's my nickname in Spanish. And then on the bottom right, that's my son Lincoln. You could barely see him. He goes to me everywhere. He fights too. All right. And to finish off, I'd like to talk to you about how you can make a difference and get involved. This is a perfect first step coming to this great event. You know, most young people would rather be playing video games or racking up their credit cards shopping or something like that. But let me say, there's nothing wrong with playing video games. I am a huge Star Wars fan. But, okay, there we go. I'm part of the Rebels, by the way. Rebels of the Republic, I like to call it. You got to find your niche. What triggers you? What makes you yell at the TV at night? And if you are watching a lot of regular cable TV, that's maybe your first problem. But, you know, watching fake news provided by CNN or Univision, what makes you triggered? You got to find that and you got to fight for it. You know, this is the reason why me and my family, we really don't watch regular cable TV. I encourage you to challenge the status quo. Call your local news stations. Correct them. Numbers don't lie. Documentation beats conversation. This is why organizations like Turning Point USA are so important to get involved. This is a great event. Imagine if we could triple the amount of attendees at the next Young Latino Leadership Summit. You got to get involved with your local party. Work in campaigns. Don't just talk the talk, but walk the walk. Personal and direct conversations with voters are the greatest impact that you can have in your community. Make those phone calls. Walk those doors. Besides the fact that you're going to help elect a good candidate, you will also build long-term relationships and acquire priceless knowledge. The little things matter and they help you grow, so I encourage you to do so. For example, the Caution Fraud Ahead campaign. This was a campaign that it was an idea on a Tuesday, and in 2 days, it became a viral campaign that we had no idea was going to work. I mean, we hardly slept. One of the guys that was key to that campaign, he's here today. He could tell you that he's from California, Gerardo right here. He's been with me since he was in sophomore year in high school, actually. He came all the way from Wasco, California, and he's been involved with all these campaigns. We hardly slept, but the motivational phone calls that I received from all across the nation saying, thank you for doing this, thank you for creating awareness, it was really impressive. So don't be afraid to share your views with people, with your friends and family, and on social media. It truly can make a difference. That's it for me. Thank you for your time, and let's make the next Young Latino Leadership Summit the biggest one ever. I think I only have about a minute left. I don't know if I'd like to take a quick question or two, and then we have to wrap up because we have a fantastic speaker coming up too. Any questions if anyone's interested? Okay. Oh, yeah. Go ahead real quick. It could be worse. Go ahead. It wasn't really a question. It was more of a statement. A few, they don't really like to invite me. I've debated a couple of political professors, and after the first time, they don't really like to talk to me again. Sure. By the way, before I get off, I think it went away. Can we put back the last slide real quick? Come see me. I'm going to be around the whole weekend. Connect with me on social media. I'll give you my business card, anything I can do to help you guys out as well. Last one. Yeah. I come from the welfare capital of the country, California. Absolutely wrong. When I talk about the American dream has become into coming to depend on the government. That's not the American dream. The American dream is to work hard and build something for yourself. Okay, last one for real. That last one now. Go ahead. Sure. Absolutely. I'll take your business card. Yeah, and I'll give you mine too. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great event. I'll see you guys around. Come say hi. Don't be shy.